David, what does the FA Cup mean for you? Hull have had a lot of success in this competition.
Obviously we went the full distance last time, and obviously we fell short at the finishing line against Arsenal. To be 2-0 up after 12 minutes was, I suppose you could only dream of it. But we still lost in the end, so it counted for nothing. But yeah, it's a tournament every player would love to win. We were only talking yesterday. You look at Ashley Cole's won it 7 times. Players like that, who've been very fortunate to win the trophy so many times. But we've got Bury tomorrow. It's a game that we feel we can win. We've got to go in with that mentality. It's going to be tough to go to Bury. It'll probably be a gale wind and a bit of a bobbly pitch, and it's going to be a scrap. And we just got to go out there with the right attitude and make sure that we do the business.
Yeah, you mentioned the mentality there. Is that the most important thing, especially when you look at the weather today? It's probably going to be very, very windy again tomorrow in difficult conditions.
Yeah, of course. I think 95% of it's mentality. No matter what game you're playing, whatever team you approach. We've watched clips on Bury, like we watch clips on every team. You know what they're about, you know their players. There's areas are highlighted that we can expose, everything. But like I said, the majority of it is mentality. If a player approaches it right, goes about his business the correct way. You look at I spoke to Phil Buckingham there a minute ago, and he's speaking about a second 11 if the manager decides to change the entire 11. You look at the players he's bringing in. So it's a challenge set down to us that we've got to go out and we've got to perform, and we've got to put our case forward for the upcoming league games that we're in contention to start. The
trend now in the FA Cup seems to be for squad rotation, but as a player, would you prefer to play every game?
Yeah, I think I prefer to play every game than be rested, because I suppose it just keeps me ticking over, keeps my body ticking over. Obviously, comes the moment where, players do need a rest. You look at Elmo. Elmo's a fantastic, player and whatever, but to play 100 league games straight in a row, which is remarkable. That's unheard of, not to pick up any niggles. And then at times he's needed a rest, but I suppose it comes down to the person's personal reference, and I'd rather play every game.
Top of the table, how does it feel? And do you feel as a group you can stay there now?
Well, we've always felt we could stay there, but I suppose we've got some tough games coming up in February, and it's important that we maintain a winning mentality and keep going to places. We have a few tough away games, and we try to make sure that we go approach it with the right attitude. Nothing will change on the manager's behalf or the coaching staff. It's just down to the players to go out and breathe that confidence on the away game like we do in a home game.
And transfer deadline day on Monday, like the rest of us, does it fascinate you and you're watching to see all the different moves?
Yeah, I think everybody looks forward to Jim White coming on the telly with his phone ringing. No doubt we'll get an interview from Harry Redknapp at some stage as well. So, no, of course, everybody loves it to see who goes where.